The meeting to order. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Town of Fairfield for the RTM on Monday, March 27th. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Pete Ambrose. John Jones. Mary McCullough. Keith Varian. Bill Gerber. Tim Lynch. Eric Newman. Cindy Parham. Heather Dean. Alex Durrell. Robin Orris. Ron Pine. Jen Hochberg. Aaron Lopez. Phil Pierce. Liz Esma. Josh Garskoff. Ruth Smay. Carol Way. Jay Walk. Matt Ambrose. Ray Newberger. Hannah Gale. Miss Gale, do you have an announcement to make?
Yes, I do.
Hi, I'm Hannah Gale from District 6, and District 6 would like to announce that Representative Pam Jones is looking forward to completing the term of Janice Solomon, who has stepped down, and we'd like to give Pam Jones a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Pam Jones. Tom McCarthy. Mark McDermott. Jill Vergara. Karen Wackerman. Hank Ferentz. Pamela Iacono.
Here.
Christine Messina. Pete Tallman. Brian Farnan. Drew Georgiadis. Ken Lee. Bill Perugini. Sam Cargill. Paul Fatabine. Michael Hurley. Eric Sunman.
Pam, welcome. Actually, you can go grab Janice Solomon's budget book from Sal Morabito. Thank you. Will you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item of business is to consider and act upon the minutes of the regular meeting held on February 27th, 2017. May I have a motion to approve? Representative McCullough, seconded by Representative Hurley. All those in favor? Are there any changes to the minutes? No. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Item carries unanimously. Item number 3, to consider and act upon the following resolution recommended by the First Selectman. Resolved that a certain contract negotiated by and between the Town of Fairfield and Local Union 1303-366 of Council 4, AFSCME, AFL-CIO, Fairfield Professional and Technical Employees Association, Mid-Management Association, concerning conditions of employment for the period ending June 30th, 2013, be and hereby is amended in the manner described in the summary of the tentative agreement, so as to make the contract effective through June 30th, 2020, and to incorporate certain other changes regarding wages, hours, and other matters. Motion to approved. Moved by Representative McDermott, seconded by Representative Zezima. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, any comments? Oh, sorry, Representative Fatabine.
Paul Fatabine, District 1, or District 10. I'm not going to be able to support this resolution tonight. The state has terrible fiscal problems. We all know about it. The town has been handed some additional fiscal problems, in addition to others it may have. I just don't think we can afford these type of increases in contracts anymore. I think that the citizens of Fairfield have, for many years, had stagnant wages and have not had the growth in the town. We have just lost a large taxpayer as GE, and the town is in, and as well as the state, is in fiscal straits with the state trying to put more burden on the towns. I don't think that there's only so much, I believe, that we can simply say, let's just increase taxes to do what we have to do and let the citizens absorb those tax increases and just say there's nothing we can do. When the budget cycle comes around the next couple years, it's going to be indicated that these increases are contractual. We have no choice but to accept them. And I think it's time that the citizens aren't going to be able to absorb those increases and just say, it's contractual, sorry, there's nothing we can do. So I really can't support this. I think the times have changed to some degree. The state is in difficult shape. The prospects of getting increased revenue through growth and other businesses coming into the state is getting diminished. The state is pushing down many more obligations on the towns, and to a certain point, the towns aren't going to be able to deal with it. So I'm not going to agree to bind the town for another 3 years for substantial wage increases that are outstripping the citizens' ability to pay.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the body? Representative Gerber.
Thank you, Bill Gerber, District 2. Madam Moderator, may I ask Mr. Fatabeen a question? Through you to Mr. Fatabeen. Mr. Fatabeen, do you think if we went to arbitration that we'd get a better deal? Do you think your stance is actually responsible in that if we vote this down, we'll end up with a better deal for the town? And the reason I'm asking this question, you can come up and answer it. The reason I'm asking this question is because your speech makes it sound like we're being irresponsible and you're being responsible. But sometimes when we vote something down, a contract goes to arbitration and we end up doing worse and spending legal fees. So I'm just curious whether you think this is actually good, your stance. If we were all to go with you, would that actually be good for the town?
I don't know what's going to happen in arbitration. Each arbitration is based on its own facts and set of circumstances. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is the citizens in this town may not have the ability to pay as much as they had in the past. Their wages have been stagnant for a number of years. Increasing burdens have been passed down from the state onto the towns. There's a limit to how much you can have the citizens pay just by increasing their taxes. And the philosophy that you can just increase taxes ad infinitum as much as it needs, necessary, is going to be more complicated as the years go by. Last year, the town had put a burden, the state had put a burden on the town of $570,000. This year, it's more than that. My guess is next year it's going to be more than that. And I think that the ability for the town to pay is becoming much more limited as its obligations and liabilities increase. And they can't afford, the citizens can't afford those increases. So in arbitration, that is a consideration. The town's ability to pay is a consideration. And the town doesn't have the ability to pay as much as it had in the past. So each arbitration being new, maybe arbitrators will think or decide based on the facts as they hear them and they're presented that the town it doesn't have the ability to pay as much as these increases that it had in the past, and maybe the arbitrators will decide in favor of the town.
Excuse me. Well, I think that's, I can't support your view. I actually think it's incredibly irresponsible. We were in that position on the teachers the administrator's contract for the Board of Ed. That debate was lost. We ended up paying the legal fees and losing it anyway. And I think for people, probably the lion's share of the people here, I would assume are going to vote in favor of this. It's not because we like rising costs to the town. It's not because we don't appreciate that people's ability to pay is less than it was. It's probably for many of us because we know we're going to lose in arbitration, and we don't want to, we don't want to take more money, more assets, more resources of this town than we would have to. We're not willing to gamble it again, like last time. So, I find that actually quite.
Refrain from personal commentary, please. Thank you. Just to be clear, if this contract's turned down, it doesn't automatically go to arbitration. The HR director explained that all to us. Is there anybody else who would like to speak to this item? Seeing none, anyone from the public? Back to the body. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Representative McCarthy, Representative Farnan, Representative Durrell. Put your hands down when I call your name, please. Representative Tallman, Representative Ambrose, Representative Jones, Representative Lynch, Representative McCullough, and Representative Fatabeen. I believe the item carries. What's the final vote count, though? Just so I can announce it.
38 present, 9 voted no.
9 members in opposition. Item carries. Next item. To consider and act upon the following resolution as recommended by the Board of Selectmen. To consider and act upon the attached resolution recommended by the Board of Selectmen between the Town of Fairfield and the South Central Regional Water Authority to confirm participation in the Regional Household Waste Collection Center. Motion to approve. Representative McCullough, seconded by Representative Orris. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none. Anyone from the public wish to address? Back to the body. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Item carries. Item number 5, to consider and act upon the following resolution as recommended by the Board of Selectmen. Resolved that the Town of Fairfield authorizes the Town of Fairfield's Board of Education to apply to the Commissioner of Education and to accept or reject a grant for the Tomlinson Middle School partial re-roofing project at Tomlinson Middle School, and further resolved that the Tomlinson Roof Building Committee is hereby established as the building committee with regard to the Tomlinson Middle School partial re-roof project at Tomlinson Middle School, and further resolved that the Town of Fairfield hereby authorizes at least the preparation of schematic drawings and outline specifications for the Tomlinson Middle School partial re-roofing project at Tomlinson Middle School. Moved by Representative Garskoff, seconded by Representative Vergara. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, any members of the public? Back to the body. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Item number 6, to consider and act upon the following resolution as recommended by the Board of Selectmen. Resolve that the Special Projects Standing Building Committee shall serve as the Tomlinson Roof Building Committee, TRBC, for the purpose of performing roof replacements at Tomlinson Middle School. Moved by Representative Hochberg, seconded by Representative Messina. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, any members from the public? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Item carries. The moderator has referred amendments to the noise ordinance, Chapter 78 of the Code of the Town of Fairfield, sponsored by Ray Newberger, District 6, Brian Farnan, District 9, William Perugini, District 9, and Samuel Cargill, District 10, to the Legislation and Administration Committee under Rule 32 of the RTM Rules to regulate. Chairman Hurley, do you have an announcement?
Michael Hurley, RTM District 10, Chair of L&A Committee. I am pleased to report that the amendments to the noise ordinance were voted out of committee and that it will be on the RTM regular monthly call for the next 2 meetings. And I just wanted to say thank you to the sponsors of the amendments, Representative Newberger, Representative Farnan, Representative Perugini, and Representative Cargill for their hard work. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is to act upon any other matters presented to said meeting in which may be properly acted upon under the rules of the representative town meeting. Does anyone have any other town business? Seeing none, motion to adjourn. Representative Pierce, seconded by Representative McCarthy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Thank you. We stand adjourned.